Do you find that your day is a frantic pace of rushing from one appointment to another or putting out fires? Do you find yourself so wound up at the end of the day that it takes forever for you to get to sleep and your sleep is shoddy at best? If you're in this state most of the time, I'll bet you're having a whole lot of trouble sitting down to study at length, retaining the information, and staying consistent in your studies day after day, week after week. That's because you are in constant fight flight mode, nervous system dysregulation. And if you stay in that mode, not only, and if you stay in that mode, not only is it costing you your bar exam pass, it's also costing you your health, your money, and any free time you could have hoped to have. In this video, I'll explain to you what nervous system dysregulation. In this video, you'll find out how nervous system dysregulation is affecting your bar prep so that you can relieve yourself of blame and get to the problem at its root. Hi, I'm Jennifer Duclair, bar exam mindset mentor, helping you to get past your mindset hurdles so that you can pass the bar. When you're living in constant fight-flight mode, you'll realize it like this. You're always late to things. Your desk is a hot mess. You're really feeling disorganized and frazzled, always afraid that you've missed an appointment, missed a bill, or somebody's going to yell at you for something. You're probably not working in a job that fully satisfies you or covers your cost of living, either because one, you picked a job where, because you're doing so much good, people won't be so hard on you about your disorganization or tardiness, or two, you're not able to hold down a very good job, or you've severely underemployed yourself so that, again, you can get away with the symptoms of nervous system dysregulation. I'm pretty sure by now you're relieved to hear that there is a name for all of these traits and where they come from. And probably you'll be delighted to hear that you can actually treat nervous system dysregulation and calm your body down on a physical level, which will also calm your mind and enhance deep sleep, memory retention and recall, focus for long periods of time, which you need for bar prep, and feelings of peace internally. So you're not always waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're not always catastrophizing about the worst case scenario with your bar exam, with your job, or with any other life situation. But to do this, you first need to understand where this fight-flight mode comes from so that you can know what to do about it and you can gain all these benefits that I just listed. Nervous system dysregulation. I'll sometimes use the phrase fight-flight mode because it's just easier to say for me. But nervous system dysregulation can sometimes be in our programming if we were raised in households where there was a lot of chaos. Perhaps one of our parents always lived in this rushing around, people-pleasing mode, and we just picked up on that kind of nervous energy. It could also be as a result of having a chaotic schedule and not having real good structure in place, and then being wounded by authority figures punishing you that cause you to have a trauma response to your schedule, to your obligations. You know you have to do it and you're scared of doing it wrong. And you stay going between freezing and frantic energy, and you create this ongoing internal environment that puts you in fight-flight mode. Now, there are other things that take place in the younger years that are more serious, that could put you in a place where your normal operating system is this fight-flight mode. For example, you may have had tumultuous housing circumstances where you didn't always know where you were going to live, or you were shuffled in between homes for some reason. You may have had constantly bickering parents, or one parent who may be struggling with depression, alcoholism, or other things that made them an unpredictable parent. That unpredictability taught you how to be hyper vigilant as you walk through life, picking up on the tiniest of cues so that you can regulate yourself accordingly and stay safe. This sort of hypervigilance belongs squarely in the fight-flight realm, but because you had to live that way most of your younger years, it has become a norm for your body. Now, a lot of bar takers who come into my program start working with me and find out that they live in this hypervigilant state all the time, do learn our methods for manually downshifting your nervous system into a calm state. But what they find is that as they learn to do that, they realize their calm state feels depressed. And it's not, I assure you. If you learn these tools and you manually downshift yourself as well, what you feel is depressed is actually what it feels like to be at a normal state without the high of fight flight mode. You're not depressed. You're just finally operating at normal. You will quickly get used to that level of peace because you will find yourself concentrating more, sleeping better, making better relationships, or getting rid of some of those friendships that you really didn't need in your life. You'll be doing better at work, be more timely. And a lot of people have the happy side effect of growing out of their current work position because it likely matched their chaotic side, their chaotic personality. And now that they're at peace, they don't fit there anymore. They usually end up going to a different workplace that has a much better culture, environment, and better pay. That is one of the most consistent happy side effects I've seen of clients who come in to work with us, whether on bar prep side or attorney life side, is as we do the mindset work, invariably they get paid more, whether they get a raise on the job that they're at or they move to another job, which is the more frequent benefit, is their whole life environment changes. So when you get used to being downregulated, you will get a newfound space and peace. And in order to not backtrack, you want to fill that space and peace in with your healthy activities of consistently studying and other things you need to do to keep your life growing. Filling in those blanks is another stumbling block for people. But if you can first overcome the hypervigilant fight flight mode and get to a place where you're on time for your appointments, you can actually keep to your schedule and get to the things that are in your schedule. You can sleep well and wake up refreshed, and you can go through the next month without worrying about money. Then you're in a place where you're peaceful enough to tackle your bar study plan, strategy, approach, our famous study rotation methods and score optimization methods, and other things that can greatly increase your chances of passing the bar exam. But if you do not learn how to down regulate yourself, downshift into a calm state, then frankly, you can do all those things and it simply won't stick because your nervous system, when it's upregulated, takes blood away from your brain. It's preparing your body to fight or flee. So the thing you need the most, which is your thinking faculties, are put on standby because your body is looking for a danger and getting ready to escape or fight that danger. Can you see how being in upregulated or fight flight mode takes away from you being able to study, learn, and pass the bar? If you see that your life looks a lot like the symptoms that I've described, it's time for you to learn how to downregulate yourself and get into a place where your nervous system allows your brain to function properly for bar prep. On my channel are lots of resources to help you to decrease your anxiety and do other things that'll help you to get your life on track. And if you want a good start, use the study personality quiz down below to find out where you fall as far as study personalities are concerned and start to give yourself the things that you need so that you can feel calmer moving forward. Resources are linked below as usual, and I'll see you in the next video.